Fonzie after 5.
Welcome back for another episode of Fonzie After 5, my ode to late night 90s call-in radio with a holiday twist. Tonight I have someone with me with whom I'm honored to share a name, Emily Albrink. Welcome, Emily. So tonight I have with me Emily Albrink. Thank you, Emily, for joining me. Tell us where you are right now.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me. This is so much fun. This is just pure joy. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky, which is where I grew up, actually. And I moved back here, gosh, like maybe 8 years ago. And I teach here at the University of Louisville. And it's just been a crazy time, hasn't it?
Well, it's not just you at your house, right? You've got some little ones too.
It's just me. What are you talking about? No. I'm just like pretending they're not here. Yes, I have two little crazy boys. I have a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. So I just like shoved them in bed and I was like, I have to go. Mommy has to go put on some makeup and do something. So they're in bed. I was gonna maybe keep Edwin up, but he needed to go to bed. He was wired. So.
Well, and who knows? I mean, we might get a surprise guest run through or something.
Oh no! Oh God, it's true. We might.
So, do you like being back in Louisville? Do you have family there? Does it feel good to be home?
It's wonderful. Yeah, it's great. It's like such a great city. Great place to raise kids. We have fabulous restaurants, amazing arts, lots of arts. I mean, Kentucky Opera, which is where we met.
Right? Well, basically, I mean,
look at you. You're like, no, remember? Yeah, that's right. Salzburg.
Well, we didn't really meet. We existed at the same time in the same place.
Is it bad? I just don't remember. I just don't remember meeting you there.
Barely not teenagers. I was 19. I was still a teenager. I know. You know?
Right.
Right. Yes. And our eyes were wide, taking in Salzburg. We didn't even notice who was there.
Right. Exactly. But then we got reacquainted at Kentucky Opera.
That's true story.
And so, we have this like amazing opera company here and orchestra and a really great theater company, Actors Theater of Louisville, and great art museum. And so it's nice. It's really nice. It feels like kind of a small town in a way, but you get all the perks of living in a big city. And we're both from here, and my husband's parents live here and they help out with our children, which is so nice. So
big bonus.
It's really good. We have a lot of friends here and old friends, that we've had for life. So it's a good place to be.
So when you think back about your childhood in Louisville and the holidays, did you have family traditions or things that had to happen every year? And what were some of those?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. My mom was obsessed with Christmas. Obsessed. And so we always had, so I guess the biggest thing is this, we would have a caroling party every year. She was a pianist. And this caroling party every year, and she would play and have all of our friends, who are all musician friends over. And we would cook and we would have all our favorite food. And we would all, well, I wouldn't drink, but like everyone would drink. And then we would all just kind of gather around the piano and sing. And there were all these musicians. And so it was people who everybody sounded so good, and we would sing. I grew up in a lot different churches. But I grew up going to church every week, and we would sing like the great English traditional Christmas carols from the 100 choirs for 100 Carols for Choirs book.
Yeah.
And so, it was all these like random ones. Like sometimes my friends would come and they would be like, what about Jingle Bells? We're like, we don't sing that kind of Christmas carol. So we joked that it was very like highbrow Christmas caroling. And we also joked that it's all like selfish because we never went anywhere to carol. We just caroled at home. But this year, I think this year would have been the 24th annual.
Whoa.
So I have carried on. My mom died 3 years ago. So I am carrying on the tradition for the family. And so obviously we're not going to have it this year, which is really fine. I mean, it's okay. Everybody is sacrificing something this year. And if I have to give up this caroling party, it's not a big deal. But it's been very fun. It's been very fun to like see how it's morphed with my kids, having little kids now, and all of our friends having little kids. We sort of do this early version where we sing, Jingle Bells and Frosty and all that. And then the kids go to bed and, we drink more and then we sing the more serious carols. So it's really nice. We love it.
As your husband, once you met him, was he, incorporated into the event?
So, my husband's Jewish.
Okay. I love it. Okay.
It's so funny. So, he's so sweet. Thanks. He's so sweet. Yeah, he's Jewish. And so like, he's going to kill me for saying this, but, the first Christmas was a lot for him. My parents were divorced. So like I had to go in between houses. So it was not only one Christmas, but it was two, and we were just going everywhere and so by, there's actually a picture of him, like he fell asleep on the couch Christmas night because he was just so tired because it just been days of just like parties and then, the midnight mass on Christmas Eve. And, I was like, you have to come. That's probably one of my favorite traditions is going to Christmas Eve service. And so he came with me to that. He's a saint. He's done really well with it. And now he like will sing, he'll be like the holly and the ivy. Like he knows these sweet carols and, he does, he's learned to embrace it. I mean, we also do Hanukkah. Like if you see this side of my house, it's like Hanukkah stuff. So
I love it. So did he come with any family traditions that you have kind of done with your kids now? Anything special to him?
Let's see. Is that bad? Around this time, I mean, not as much. Hanukkah isn't as important to Jewish people as Christmas is to Christians. So we certainly, like Thursday is the first night of Hanukkah this year. So we'll go over to his parents' house and we'll make latkes. That's a big thing. And we obviously light the menorah every night and say the prayers. And we actually have Shabbat dinner every night, especially since the pandemic's been happening. We have Shabbat dinner every night with his parents. I mean, every Friday night, not every night.
I was like, wow, every night. I'm like,
You're like, that's really special. No, every Friday night. And so it's just nice because it's after a long week and they cook and we have Shabbat dinner and light the Shabbat candles and say the prayers. And so I would say probably throughout the year, we really are more practicing Judaism than we are Christianity. When Christmas comes, it's sort of insanity, but the kids really like it too. So,
Yeah. And things always change a little bit when you've got kids in the picture, right? Like,
exactly. You kind of go a little crazy. Just a little crazy with all of the stuff.
Do you have any ornaments on the tree behind you that were yours when you were a kid?
Oh my gosh. Should I go? Oh God, I have like sweatpants on. Yeah, I'll show you. I wasn't going to get up. Okay, here we go. This one is, okay. This one was my first one.
Oh.
So my mom wrote on all of them. So 1982. That's 1902 Emily. It's just a little girl playing a little flute.
Oh, how sweet.
Sweet. I love it. And it's been restrung. It was like totally falling apart. So we had it sort of restrung a little bit, but it's so sweet. Another thing we have are Christmas books. So she was also obsessed with like books in general, but Christmas books and children's books. So she collected all of these Christmas books. And so I have like a ton. The phone is actually propped up on books right now, but we have a ton of Christmas books and so many of them have her handwriting in it and like, inscriptions of when we got them and just, it's so so sweet. It's so dear. So I get all the Christmas books out for my kids, and I have a whole like basket of it over there, and we just read them all season. And it's really sweet. I remember like crazy running around too. I mean, my mom also conducted a children's choir at church, and we actually have like, a video of her. My brother was born January 6th on Epiphany he's my younger brother. So I was 4.5. And there's a video of her like hugely pregnant, conducting from the piano, the children's choir on Christmas Eve, just like, I mean, just like, conductor or whatever, just like out to here. And I also remember just like it being chaotic and crazy and we were just so tired, by the time Christmas came, because we had been up like so much, and then doing the Christmas Eve service, so that Christmas Day, you're just like, oh my gosh.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah. So I have a little brother.
Oh yeah.
He's not little, but yeah, I have a little brother, Peter, who is 4.5 years younger. And it was great. I mean, it was super fun. And he comes, so this is going to actually be the first Christmas where I'm not with my family. Because obviously the pandemic, he lives in Brooklyn and he's not going to come home. And my dad lives in France. He moved to France.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, like you do. And so he's in France. And so he and my stepmom aren't going to come in, obviously. I mean, they actually talked about it and I was like, absolutely not. No, you're not getting on a plane. You just need to stay in your safe French countryside. So we're going to be really safe about it, but we're actually going to drive to Florida.
Wow. Yeah.
Which is going to be horrible. Like the drive is going to actually be horrible. It's going to be like 18 hours with 2 children. We're going to do it in 2 days. Like, here's some drugs. Like, I just don't even know. And then we're going to, and we'll stay overnight, but then we're going to go down there with his parents. And when we were talking about it, his parents go to Florida like for a week or two around Christmas time every year. And we've gone before. We didn't go last year, but his parents were like, well, we can go before or after Christmas. They always want to plan around me. And this year I just was like, we don't need to be here for Christmas. Like we can't have the caroling party. We can't go to church. We can't go to any concerts, we can't see friends. Let's just go to Florida. So I'm just going to be in Florida with my Jewish family, and it's going to be great. It's going to be a great Christmas. It really is. It's going to be wonderful.
The stockings that are behind you, are those your kids' stockings?
Yeah. So my amazing Jewish mother-in-law, when I had Edwin, he's 5, he's almost 6. She said, would you want me to she's an amazing needle pointer. And she was like, would you want me to make him a stocking? Isn't that amazing?
That is
so
really.
She made him, here I go again with my sweatpants on, but she made him, she made him this amazing stocking.
Well, that is absolutely gorgeous.
I know. It's so beautiful. And it even has like a little church on it with a cross. I mean, she's amazing. She's really amazing. So, and isn't it just beautiful? It's beautiful. And it took her a long time to make, like a year to make it. And she's working on Leland's now. And she actually enters stuff in the state fair, and it won a blue ribbon in the state fair.
That stocking did?
She wins blue ribbons all the time. It's like whatever for her.
That's good to know, because it would be kind of ironic if her one blue ribbon item was a Christmas stocking.
That'd be so funny. No, she's won like many blue ribbons. So she's very good.
So when you think back about opening presents on Christmas, was there ever a year when you got like the most amazing present that you still remember?
I remember a few of them. I remember getting a bike, like, right? Like
that's a big one.
A pink Huffy 10-speed.
Whoa.
Right?
Yeah.
When I was like maybe 10 or something. I don't know. Yeah. Like I remember that very well. I wanted a pink Huffy 10-speed bike. Got that. That was big. And then I don't know if you were into American Girl dolls.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. So I got Samantha. And that was like the biggest dream. Oh my gosh, right? I mean, just unbelievable, unbelievable, like so exciting. And I got her, and then maybe another year I would get like some of her clothes or something. It was a privilege to have those dolls. Yes.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
I still have
And
mine.
that's
Hello.
great.
Everybody
Yeah.
has those like funny, really, bad Christmas stories too. They're not always like amazing.
Does everybody have one?
Well, I have a really pretty bad one. I mean, it's not, I don't know. It was not funny at the time. It's funny now. I think maybe not everybody might think it's funny, but I think it's pretty funny. Well, so it starts off bad. It was the Christmas right after my mom died. It was, that's not funny, but I can laugh about it now. So she died like at the end of, right after Dead Man. And so it was at the end of October, and then, Christmas is right around the corner, and I am pregnant. I had Leland in July, so I wasn't like that pregnant, but I was really sick. I felt horrible. I was, of course, dreading Christmas, and then because of this, everybody was coming in. So actually, you know what? Kira came in. Kira came in right before Christmas with Wyatt and Jonathan, and we spent like a long weekend with us, and that was really fun. But anyway, Christmas Day, I'm like, gotten in this mode where I'm like, this is going to be a good Christmas, and we're going to make it beautiful, and I'm going to use my mom's china, like the Christmas china, and we're going to like set the table, and we're going to make all the food. I was like, this has to be good, right? I mean, it was just, this is what whatever. It was a part of grieving, I'm sure. And so my brother came in, and my dad, and my stepmom, and her children, and then David's parents stayed in town, and so they were here. My husband, they were here, and so everybody was here, and we had set the table, and we had cooked, and all the food was in the kitchen, like ready. It was like almost ready to go, and everybody's like in the dining room, like ready to eat. And we had a very old dog who was David's dog, who I had a little bit of a love-hate relationship with, especially at this time, because he went to the bathroom in the house a lot. And I just, and so I was just wound tight, right? And I was high on nerves, just my nerves were frayed, obviously, and very emotional, pregnant and all this. And so everybody's around the dining table, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go get like one more thing. I had to go get something, I don't know. And I walk into the kitchen, and there is a lake, big dog, like a lake of pee in the kitchen. And I step in it. Okay, so you're gonna have to bleep this out, but I was like, I hate this fucking dog. Oh, you were just gonna bleep it right then. I just said it. Sorry. Anyway. I thought you had some sort of magical way of like bleeping it out. Like, you're so good at editing.
That's sweet.
You are so good at editing, Emily. You are so good. I feel like, anyway, I lost it. Really, really lost it. But it was fine. My husband was like, it's okay. You just go in the dining room. I'm going to clean this up. Oh, and I was like,
I can just picture all your guests like sitting silently, staring at each other.
Well, I think it was all family. So they were just like, it's okay. Like, calm down. Like, it's going to be fine. We'll clean
You
it
had
up.
your Sally Field moment. You had your Sally Field Steel Magnolias moment.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite movies. Love that movie. Last year, Edwin somehow saw like a commercial, even though, we watch Netflix and stuff. So I don't know how he saw a commercial, but he did, for this Paw Patrol lookout thing. And that's the only thing he asked for. And he asked Santa for it. And when that happens, you just like, you don't have a choice. You're like, okay, I have to get this for him. So I got it for him. I knew it was probably too young for him, and he was sort of growing out of Paw Patrol, but he really wanted it. It's the only thing he asked for. So I got it for him, Santa got it for him, and he played with it for a day. I mean, he was bored of it pretty much right away. And it's this big piece of plastic crap, and I just, the second day I said, Edwin, do you like this present? And he was like, And I said, well, what if we sent this back, wrote a letter and sent this back to Santa's workshop and asked him to send you something else, something different. And he was like, okay. And so I sent it back to Amazon and it was great. I hope children don't watch this. So I sent it back to Amazon. This is like the R-rated. You're going to be like, this is Emily Albrink's interview, the R-rated interview. Lord. Anyway, I sent it back. It was great. And I actually never replaced it. I mean, he got plenty of presents, but he never brought it up and he sent it back. So I think sometimes they don't know what they want. And they're just like, he's into Legos now. So I know that Legos will be good. So
that's so cool. What does Leland, does he get in the way of is there ever any tension with the
tension? Oh no, of course not. If they were awake, that all you hear is screaming all day. It's like a madhouse. I mean, my youngest is insane. Like, he's just crazy. He is a crazy child. I love him. He's very sweet too, but he's great. And he breaks everything Edwin makes. This is going to be a good Christmas story. Like, this is one of the ones where it happens and you're still mad about it, but like later on I'll laugh about it, but I'm not ready to laugh about it yet. But this year, Leland, so I had this beautiful little Christmas scene that had like a little figurines that were skating around it, and it played all these Christmas carols, and my mom gave it to Edwin when he was a baby, and Edwin would always like look at it. Edwin was like a very gentle kind of, I could have like my stuff out and no, he would never touch anything ever. And Leland has been like that he's been okay. He likes to throw things, but he will usually leave my things alone, our stuff alone. I can still kind of have adult stuff out for the most part. Well, it's been escalating. He threw a wine glass a couple weeks ago with red wine in it on the carpet, and it broke and shattered.
Oh boy.
He likes to throw things. Okay, this is a thing. But he took that thing that was, I just looked away. I don't know what I was doing, and just smashed it. Just like smash it. I think it's thrilling for him to see it smash. And he's not violent. He's 2, So he just like smashed it on the ground. I was just like, oh my God. And then it gets worse. A couple days ago, I just didn't learn. A couple days ago, we had this beautiful menorah that was given to us as a wedding gift. And it had like a marble base and like this silver, whatever, threw it down basement stairs.
Whoa.
Broke it. Yeah. So I realized that I just like can't have nice things right now. I have to put everything up, and that's okay. And we can replace them, whatever. They're just things. I mean, really, they are just things, but it was just like, so yeah, it's hard for Edwin to make Legos. I mean,
do you help Santa by pre-assembling some of his deliveries?
Yes, I do. Mm-hmm. Yes, I wait up. I wait after he's delivered them, and then no. So my parents always. Santa didn't wrap presents. So everything was just like laid out and already put together. Yeah. If there was something needed to be put together, it was already put together. So, I mean, again, David's Jewish, and the first, it was Edwin's second Christmas. So he was 2, and we got him a little, like play kitchen. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, this won't be hard. Like, it's fine. We'll put it together. It'll be fun. We'll like watch a movie and we'll put this together. And it was like 5 hours later. And David, he was so mad. He was like, thank God I have like a power tool, like a drill. He was using a drill to put it together, because if not, he's like, it would have taken forever. It came with like a little, one of those.
Yeah, Allen wrenches. Like
it came with an Allen wrench, and there were a million screws. And I mean, it took him like 5 hours to put together. It was,
That's love.
It was awful. I mean, I didn't do any of it. It was horrible. It was amazing.
Do you take holiday pictures and do like a holiday card or anything like that?
It's like the bane of my existence. Oh my gosh. So, no. Okay. So we did. Before I had a second child. And we haven't done it since then. We haven't sent out cards. So actually David is like, he really doesn't like it when people send out cards that say Merry Christmas on it because it's not inclusive and he thinks it should say Happy Holidays. So when we would send out Happy Holiday cards. And then his idea, I like shouldn't give it away, but his idea is to send out a card at a different time of the year because he thinks everybody's getting Christmas cards over, in December. And so maybe we send out a card in like May and we say like Happy Derby because we live in Kentucky. That doesn't mean anything to anyone else but who doesn't live here, but maybe we do it then. We have yet to do this. I just have not been doing it. So I love getting them. I like put them up. I have like a garland and I hang them up and I love looking at them and I do like the idea of sending them out. It's just the act of that.
Emily, before we go tonight, I wanted to know what song you would like to hear and who you'd like to dedicate it to.
I would love to hear I'll Be Home for Christmas. And I'm going to dedicate it to my two little kids because, I think no matter where we are at Christmas time this year, I'm not even going to be with my family. And I don't think it really necessarily matters. I think, at the end it says, Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas if only in my dreams. So, we always carry that sort of sense of home and that those memories and that tradition with us, no matter where we are. So,
yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, well, Emily, here is I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Hi, I'm Catherine Goeldner, and I'm here in Salzburg, Austria. And this is for Emily Albrink, and dedicated to her boys Leland and Edwin. And Emily, I understand you know Salzburg. You spent a summer here, one of the summer programs, I guess. And so I wanted to get some pictures for you of Christmas in Salzburg. We just got past the first Advent Sunday and the lights are out there, and hopefully it'll bring back some nice memories for you. And so I wanted to say frohe Weihnachten und und ein gutes neues Jahr.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Frohe Weihnachten. Jawohl. Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Isn't that cool?
This is international. Love it.
I am dreaming tonight of a place I love, even more than I usually do. And although I know it's a long
Oh my gosh, it ends with the Mozart Kugel. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. I love that. I love that. And the snow and all the pictures, and how sweet of her to go around Salzburg and do that. Isn't that so sweet?
It's so sweet.
Thank you. You're amazing. I'm just so grateful that you have like spent all this time and put all this together and had this beautiful idea. I just think it's so lovely that everyone got to, connect in this way. I got to hear somebody new that I've never heard before, that I don't know. And, to listen, I can't wait to listen to everybody else's and hear about everybody's traditions. It just makes us sort of connected, which is really nice.
Well,
Really
thank you so
wonderful.
much for taking the
So,
time.
thank you. It was just so nice to talk to you and so wonderful to catch up and to hear Kathy. And I hope you have a really Merry Christmas.
Thank you. And happy holidays to you and your blended
Yes.
tradition family.
Happy holidays.
Okay, well, I hope we get to see each other soon. Take care.
Oh my gosh, me too. Me too. Thank you. You're the best.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you again for joining me tonight, and a special thank you to Emily Albrink and Kathy Goeldner. Emily, we hope the rest of your decorations survive your toddler. Happy holidays, everybody, and remember, it's after 5 somewhere.
Fonzie.